So just a few moments ago, something serious happened at the Federal High Court in Abuja involving Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Reports coming in say that the Department of State Services, DSS, actually stopped Kanu's lawyers from gaining access to the courtroom and from seeing him before the session began. Now, this is causing a lot of tension because many people are saying this is not just about court procedures anymore. It's becoming a question of justice and fairness. Now, as this is going on, everyone around the court premises is trying to understand what's really happening. His legal team reportedly arrived very early, as they always do. But the DSS officers on ground blocked them and said they couldn't go in yet. They tried to explain that they were part of Kanu's defense team, but the officers refused to allow them entry. People around started recording videos. Others were shouting and trying to see what was going on. And before long, it started trending again. This constant back and forth between Kanu's lawyers and the DSS. Please, guys, if you are watching this right now, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more real-time updates like this. It helps a lot and keeps you informed whenever something new drops. So, back to the gist. According to close family members, this is not the first time this kind of thing is happening. They said it has become a pattern that whenever court day is near, some kind of restriction suddenly happens. His family is really upset, and they said they're worried that these obstructions might even stop him from appearing in court at all. They said he's been denied access to his lawyers for days, making it almost impossible for him to prepare his defense properly. They even said the DSS has refused to let him sign certain legal documents or even meet with his counsel privately. The legal team, on the other hand, insists that this goes directly against his constitutional right to a fair trial. Now, this is what's making Nigerians talk again, because it's not just about one person. It's about what this means for justice and fairness in the country. If you've been following the story for some time, you know this case has gone through a lot. Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention for a long time, facing charges including treasonable felony. His case has drawn a lot of attention from both Nigerians and international observers. Each time the trial is about to move forward, something controversial happens. Either access is denied, or the case is adjourned, or there's some kind of public drama around it. And now it's happening again. DSS blocking lawyers, protests outside, people reacting online, and family members expressing frustration. Some people say this might even be a way to slow down the case. Others say it's just the security agency being cautious. But whichever way you look at it, it raises real questions. Is Kanu getting the fair hearing that every citizen deserves? Please, guys, don't forget, as you're watching, tap the like button and the subscribe. That's the best way to support the channel and stay updated on every detail as it unfolds. Now let's talk about what's happening outside the court. In Abuja, there was a bit of tension as people gathered hoping to catch a glimpse of what was going on. The police and security officials had to control the crowd, especially because many of Kanu's supporters came from different parts of the country. They were chanting, demanding that the court proceedings be open and fair. Some even held placards saying, "Justice for Kanu" and "Fair trial now." Meanwhile, back in the southeast, there are reports that some towns slowed down activity again. Shops closed early, transport was light, and there was a feeling of anticipation, like people are waiting to see what happens next in this trial. For a lot of people in that region, this case is emotional, and they see it as more than just a legal issue. They see it as a symbol of fairness and identity. Now, one thing that stands out is that this situation seems to be repeating. The DSS has always said they are doing their job, protecting national security and ensuring that there's no breakdown of law and order. But the question people are asking now is, how do you balance security with justice? Because when you stop lawyers from seeing their client, it creates an impression that something is not right. Even if the DSS has a reason, the way it looks from the outside doesn't help public trust. And that's the key issue here, public trust. Nigerians are watching this closely. People want to believe that our justice system is strong enough to handle even sensitive cases without bias. But when you have this kind of tension, lawyers blocked, family members complaining, supporters protesting, it sends mixed messages. As you're listening right now, I want you to ask yourself, do you think this is fair? Should the DSS have the power to stop lawyers from entering the courtroom on the day of trial? Or should they be made to follow the exact same legal process as everyone else? Let's talk about it in the comments, because this is something that affects everyone, whether you support Kanu or not. Also, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. When you do that, YouTube pushes our updates to more people, so you'll always know what's happening the moment news like this breaks. Now, here's another twist. Sorry, some of Kanu's relatives said that apart from blocking the lawyers, the DSS even refused to allow him to use certain facilities that could help him prepare. Simple things like computer access or being allowed to print and sign documents have become a struggle. They're saying, how can you expect a man to face trial if you won't let him prepare for his own defense? That's a valid question, and it's making people worry. Because at the end of the day, the fairness of any trial depends on preparation. Both sides need to have equal access. The prosecution shouldn't have all the advantages while the defense is being limited. It's just not right. The family is now warning that he might not even appear in court if this continues. Not because he doesn't want to go, but because the system is making it impossible for him. That's serious. And if that happens, it could trigger a bigger reaction. Protests, more criticism, and even international attention. Already, human rights groups have been keeping an eye on this. They are concerned that Nigeria could be seen as ignoring the basic principles of justice. And that's not good for the country's image. Remember, this is a case that has been reported across the world before, so every move is being watched. Now think about this. Each time something like this happens, it deepens the divide between citizens and institutions. People start feeling that justice is only for some and not for all. And that feeling, that sense of unfairness, is what leads to frustration and unrest. Please, while you're watching, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's make sure more people hear this discussion, because it's not just about politics, it's about human rights and fairness. Subscribe too, so that when we drop updates, you're the first to know. As I speak now, there are still mixed reactions online. Some people are defending the DSS, saying they are just doing their job and following orders to maintain security. But others are asking, if someone is already in custody and you're taking them to court, how much of a threat can they really pose? These are the questions Nigerians are asking, and they're valid ones. Because if you deny access today in a big case like this, what's to stop the same thing from happening in smaller cases where nobody's watching? That's the fear. And this is where the court itself has a role to play. The judges must ensure that justice is not only done, but seen to be done. If a defendant can't meet with his lawyers, the court should step in. Because no matter how strong a case is, once fairness is compromised, the judgment loses credibility. Now, some sources say the next hearing may be affected by this drama. Whether it's postponed or goes on as planned will depend on what happens in the next few days. Everyone's watching to see if the court will issue a directive or if the DSS will adjust their approach. Let's be honest. The system is under pressure. The government wants order, the people want justice, and the world is watching how Nigeria handles one of its most sensitive cases. So, what do you think? Should there be stricter oversight on how security agencies handle court-related matters? Or do you think the DSS is right to be extra careful in this particular case? Drop your thoughts below. I'll be reading your comments and featuring the most thoughtful ones in the next update. And please, if you haven't yet, tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to support this work and keep the conversation alive. This situation right now is bigger than just today's incident. It's about the bigger picture of law, justice, and national unity. The way this plays out could influence how future sensitive cases are handled in Nigeria. Now, I can continue the gist from here and take it into what this could mean politically, socially, and for the people in the Southeast who are watching closely.